Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome to the Lions Egypt podcast. Today, I am truly honored to introduce our distinguished guest, Dr. Manoj Shah. Dr. Manoj, with such a long history in the Lions community, how do you keep your passion and innovative spirit alive to bring new ideas and energy to your roles?
Yes, a great question. With such a long history of being involved in community service, the raising of hope and smiles gives me the spirit of carrying on doing what I love most, and that is helping people in need. I always look at new and innovative ways of how we can serve our communities. This challenge of coming up with new ideas gives me the necessary energy and keeps my spirit alive in my role as a servant leader.
Dr. Manoj, your role as a constitutional area leader of the Global Action Team for Africa must have been challenging. Can you share some specific achievements that highlight your impact in this role?
You are absolutely right, International Director. Serving as a Global Action Team leader was certainly a challenge, but also a unique opportunity to accomplish my mission in promoting leadership, service, and membership growth in Lions clubs all over Africa. One of my biggest achievements was increasing the membership in Africa from 29,000 members to over 36,000 in a short period of 4 years. We also managed to train over 1,000 leaders in various capacities to lead Africa, and the highlight of my accomplishment was to break an all-time record of serving and helping over 10 million needy people on the continent of Africa. Dr. Ahmed Salem, I would like the audience to know a little about you and would like to ask you a couple of questions. Dr. Salem, what initially inspired you to join the Lions Club back in 1995, and how has your journey with the organization shaped your personal and professional life?
In the year 1995, I was invited to a Lions meeting. And through the meeting, I realized that Lions are serving the community in the proper manner. And from that moment, I decided to be a member in Lions International. And of course, Lions International, my presence in the Lions International affected positively my personal life.
Thank you for your awesome response. Dr. Ahmed Salem, you have held many leadership roles within LCI, from district governor to international director. Maybe you can share with us which role has been your favorite and what it means to you and what made it so special for you.
I started as a member in the club, and then club president, and then district governor, and GMT area leader for North Africa and Middle East, and then GATT area leader for North Africa. And of course, all of these positions gave me the trust and encouragement. But my role as a member in the Lions Steering Committee, Africa Steering Committee, it was great because this committee was formed to pick up Africa to be a separate constitutional area. And we had to reach 30,000 members in Africa. And we did it by this committee. So Africa was raised as a separate constitutional area in Milan 2019. Of course, my position as an international director, it added to me a lot, because meeting the executive officers and other leaders, board members, it gave me the trust, and I was really enjoying being an international director. Dr. Manoj, establishing service center like the Lions Renal Unit and Eye Bank in Kenya is a significant accomplishment. Can you share some stories or examples of how these centers have made a tangible difference in people's life?
Thank you for that question. I've had significant accomplishments in setting up many centers of excellence in Africa. However, one center that I'm extremely proud of is the setting up of the first eye bank in East and Central Africa, which has managed to help over 10,000 children and adults regain their eyesight through successful corneal transplants over the last 12 years. When we started this project, there was a backlog of over 12,000 people in Kenya waiting for a human corneal graft. Today, the number has come down to less than 3,000. We have one of the most robust cornea retrieval and advocacy programs in our part of the world, where people are donating the corneas of their loved ones once they die.
Raising 10 million for the Lions campaign site first 2 and campaign 100 programs is truly impressive. How do you ensure that funds are effectively utilized and continue to benefit the community over time?
Raising money has always been my passion. Having been involved and in the front line of raising a large amount of money in the various fundraising initiatives by our Lions Foundation, I have been a trustee and a keen follower of the Lions Club's International Foundation that manages these funds for the many needy projects and activities around the world. We have been able to measure the impact of these funds in many disasters that have occurred around the globe, the many projects that have been undertaken around the world. On a regular basis, we also get all the financial records that are monitored under strict regulations, and the beauty of Lions Club's International Foundation is that there are no administrative costs. Whatever money we collect goes directly to the beneficiaries. Dr. Ahmed Salem, I know that leadership comes with its share of challenges. Could you talk about some of the major obstacles you have faced in your Lions role and how you have managed to overcome them?
This is a great question, and thank you for that. The challenge I faced when I was a district governor, I was honored to be the district governor in 2006-2007. And we wanted to have a big project, a unified project for all the Lions in Egypt. We were 36 clubs, and each club is doing his project, depends on the financial capabilities. And we came up with an idea to have a unified project for all the Lions in Egypt. This was a big challenge. And we got the land, and we built the hospital, and we brought the equipment. with a grant from LCIF, $75,000, and we built the hospital with 3 operating theaters, 10 clinics, pharmacy, lab, ward for men and women, equipped with every medical equipment. This was a challenge, and thank God that we did it. Dr. Manoj, with your involvement in various professional and community organizations, how do you manage the balance these responsibilities while still achieving significant milestones for the Lions?
Great question. Having involved in many professional and social organizations, I have been able to effectively manage these responsibilities and at the same time still achieve significant milestones with the Lions work that I love most. I've been very fortunate that many of the social organizations that I'm involved with complement the goals and objectives of Lions Clubs International. This has helped a lot in achieving significant milestones for Lions Clubs over the years. I've also mastered time management and working on priorities, and this has been my biggest strength.
Dr. Manoj, you have received numerous prestigious awards, including the Elder of the Burning Spear and the Commander to the Venerable Order of St. John. How do you use these recognitions to further the Lions' mission and make an even greater impact?
Director Sir, having received many accolades in recognition of my devoted and dedicated role in nation building has had a significant impact in building my credibility to the donor community and Lions Clubs around the world. With this trust and confidence, I've been able to multiply my efforts to further the mission of Lions Clubs International and making greater impact in whatever I do. Dr. Ahmed Salem, as the chairman of the Africa Leadership, what are some of the exciting initiatives you have worked on to promote leadership and development within the Lions community in Africa?
This is another good question, because our motto is we serve. Service comes through members. So membership is the backbone of our association. And when I was GMT area leader for North Africa and Middle East, we did a good job. We visited all the countries for North Africa and the Middle East, and we achieved a lot in membership. And as far as I remember, we increased membership by 17%. Dr. Manoj, attracting younger members can be challenging for traditional organizations. What innovative strategies have you found effective in engaging the younger generation and ensuring their active participation in Lions?
Over the years, we have found out that the programs and priorities for Gen Z, like we call them, has challenged and changed significantly. The world is also changing with technology at a very rapid pace, and if we still stay in the traditional mode, we will never be able to attract the youth. Some of the initiatives and innovations that have worked well in attracting younger members that have worked extremely well in recruiting younger members to the Lions Clubs is to give them the freedom to operate and work virtually. At the same time, allow them to serve needs in their communities that resonate with them. An example of this that the youth love and like doing is environmental activities that many of the youth believe in and most importantly resonate well with.
How do you balance your international responsibilities with the need to make a significant impact at the local level in Kenya and across Africa? Can you share some examples of your work in both areas?
Great question, International Director. As an international leader, I am obliged to balance my international responsibilities with my local obligations to make a significant impact at both levels. At the international level, I give more leadership and direction to the Lions of Africa on various aspects of leadership development, service, and membership development. On the local front, I am more hands-on in various activities and projects. In my own home country of Kenya, on the international front, I help in organizing leadership workshops, policy and decision making to illustrate my leadership. At the local level, being more conversant with the people and needs, I participate directly in many of these initiatives.
Looking to the future, what are some of the key initiatives you envision for the Lions International that will continue to advance the organization and its mission?
Looking at the future, my vision is very clear. That is to inspire service and ignite leadership. I want to foster our association's key activities mainly related to hunger, vision, environment, pediatric cancer, and working with the youth. This, I believe, will help me in continuing advancing the organization and its mission. Dr. Ahmed Salem, membership growth is key to our organization's success. What strategies have you found most effective in attracting new members and keeping them engaged?
Again, membership is very important. And the problem is the retention. You have to keep your members, and in order to make them satisfied, you have to share with them all the activities, involve them, and encourage them. And we remember the Chinese proverb, tell me, I forget, show me, I remember, involve me, I understand. So, involvement is very important in the satisfaction of the members. To keep members in your club, to keep them satisfied is the best to have a membership growth.
True statesmanship, I really envy you. International Director, balancing your professional career as an engineer and businessman with your Lions commitments, this must be challenging. How do you manage to find a balance and excel in both these areas?
Yes, to keep business beside the services, it's very important. It's time management. If you manage your time properly, you can do whatever you want. So you have engagement in your at home, you have engagement in service, you have engagement in work. The only thing to keep this alive is the time management.
This is really great, Dr. Salim. Dr. Salim, you have received several prestigious awards, including 5 International President's Medals. How do these recognitions motivate you, and what do they mean to you on a personal level?
Concerning the awards, there is awards in Lions International, and these awards are given to the people or to the Lions who are making good effort, achieving goals, and so on. Yes, I have 5 international president medals, and this because we did a lot in our service activities, and whenever anyone make a good job, I think he is eligible for this presidential medal.
Amazing life story. I really envy you. International Director Dr. Ahmed Salem, what is your vision for the future of Lions Clubs International, especially in Egypt and across the continent of Africa? How do you plan to contribute in making that vision into a reality?
Thank you, Dr. Manoj. Actually, what I am looking for Africa and Egypt is membership, because service comes through membership. And we have in the Lions International the Mission 1.5. We are working with the Mission 1.5. We are now 1.4 million, and we have to be 1.5 million by 2027. We are working to increase membership besides the leadership and services. So I hope that we increase our membership to increase our services and to help all the people who are in need of our support.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being with me in the Lions Egypt podcast, and I hope you all the success. Thank you.
Thank you, International Director Dr. Ahmed Salem, for inviting me to be a part of this podcast by the Lions of Egypt.